buyers are more experienced, they've got money, are they cash buyers? What would they expect to come in and just really honestly give great service?
Right. So I think you have to ask. I'll tell you that I'm really lucky. I'm working with a client right now who's one of the 2,100 billionaires on the planet. Very, very private. Very introverted. That's a challenge for me, if you can't tell. Right? Like, it is a challenge. And so when I talk to him, I have to be very intentional. I slow my conversation down. I prepare for that. But you got to take inventory. And I think that's part of the McKay 66. Is this an introvert, is this extrovert? Do they talk fast or do they talk slow? Do they like people, do they not like people? How private are they? The only way you're going to know that is you're going to ask. Right? There's a lot of people in this space, and a lot of people that do a lot of things on a lot of different outlets that really push and promote a lot of flash and a lot of, it's a lot of glitz and glamour. That is a path. It doesn't have to be the path. I will tell you that we go the other way. We tend to be private. We don't tell everyone. I haven't told you anyone that I've sold a house to. Some of them that's contractual, right? That I can't, because I signed all these NDAs and all this privacy agreement. But I will tell you, because we took that path, because that was my choice on service personally, people know that. Agents know that. Your agent network knows that and will know that about you. As opposed to walking up and being like, I'm going to get my hooks in it. Like, they're going to be like, hey, what's up? I'm with this guy. And I've seen people do that. My barbershop, like, half the athletes in Nashville go there. But I don't run in there and right? It's one that y'all know and keep up with a lot. It's from the islands. Pretty cool. Sat right next to him. My kid got some of his hair on him the other day. He sat right behind him. Yay. Cool. So what? But we didn't run up and snap a picture, right? So I think you gotta find that pace. I'm talking about that at social events too. You gotta find a way. Can you slowly, when you're comfortable, be normal, and intentional? So I think the key to that is asking, because I think there's a lot of people that like to template this, and they like to be really specific, and they're like, well, this is how you do it. Well, everyone's individual and unique and different, right? We've got a client right now that is super high profile, and it's on, I don't know how he has time to do what he does, because he's on Instagram all the time. I'm like, that dude is like full-time Instagram. Like, how does he do what he does? And, that's what he does. And he finds a way, that's part of his world. But when he picked us with privacy, because nobody knows that this person lives in Nashville. He's off the grid. And he's only there 4 or 5 months out of the year. But he knew, and his people knew, and picked us. So you got to ask, do you want us to talk about it? Do you care? Do you not care? But you always want to elevate. It's exactly like your friends and your clients and the people that you already know, like, and trust, right? You want to always elevate. Your friends and family pick you in spite of who you are and what your reputation is. You want to elevate when you get those people. When you get those opportunities there, we want to go the other way. Like, it's cool, it's my sister, it's cool, whew, I can breathe. No, elevate that. Step up because it's a friend or family member, right? But you need to ask. You need to ask what a good experience was. Tell me about your previous experiences. Who was the agent that you liked the most? What did you like the most that they did? What did you not like in the past? I could tell you a personal pet peeve of mine right now is, especially in the South, we are still working on some old school stuff. We walked into a house, y'all, that with this client who is very, very, he's affluent, very affluent, centimillionaire, and the listing agent meets us. I drove 2 hours out there to get to the house. It's 2 hours away. They flew in private on their own plane, and we get to the house. And the agent's at the front door like this with his own Starbucks. He's like, how y'all doing? And I'm like, what the hell is going on? Like, I don't understand. And that's how he's doing. He's like, y'all want to see the house or you want to talk first? And I'm like, what is going on right now? I was like, well, hi, yeah. And so the client was like, yes, we'd like to, tour the house, but give us the highlights. You know what he said? Well, my name's Joe. And I sell a lot of houses around here, and sold this house 3 or 4 times. A couple people, I'm like, And I looked at my client looked at me, I'm like, he's not talking about the house. You know, standing there with his Starbucks and his posture. And I was like, dude, like you were screwing us up. And my client is so much more gracious than me, and far and away. And he was just like, thanks. And he just kind of walked off, and that was the end of that. That realtor, y'all, screwed up because he didn't do what I'm telling you to do. Ask him. What's a good experience?
So I wanted to relate an experience I had with a very high-profile client also here on Maui. And he had very limited time to see X amount of homes. So what I did with each agent that I spoke to, I said, here's how we're going to do this. Here's how he looks at properties. Here's how it's going to go down.
Yes.
And so that helped everything because we walked in, they didn't say anything, they just let us do our thing. And that's how it had to happen. Because I learned the first time around working with him, it was, you know, it was just like, no, it's not working. So the next time he came back on the island, I called all the agents ahead of time and said, this is how it's going to work and how he likes to look at homes.
Love that.
Yeah.
Of course you did that.
Yeah.
I totally agree with that. Every one of you should do that. Always and forever for every showing.
Especially people of that quality or, you know, they're limited time, they're spending a lot of money. I mean, you could do that with any other client, but I'm saying for this particular luxury people, it's like, they don't want to talk sometimes. They want to be left alone. You just let them do their thing and wrap it up.
It's weird when someone else gets involved.
Yeah.
They picked you. They want to be in business with you, not the other person. Like, well, I have to be there. The seller says. Okay, what do you need me to relay? Because this is the buyer,
Yeah.
and they don't want that. Right? I mean, we can make this better than it should be. It shouldn't be like that. It shouldn't be like that. It can be better than that. Why didn't that guy have a full fleet? Why didn't he have a fleet of baristas there? He could have had a whole pop-up Starbucks. He knew we were coming. He knew I was coming in from out of town. It was a 10:30 showing. Why didn't he have a full coffee service laid out? Why not? It's the most expensive house in the market. Instead, he stopped and got his coffee, and I ended up finding them where they were, met them, offered to bring them coffee. They said, no, we're having brunch over here. I got there, found the server first, gave her my credit card first before I went and sat down with them. I said, well, be just a minute, thanks, and I'm going to go ahead and pay for this. Now, I did that because that's my standard, right? That's how I, you know, and the guy was like put out. Because again, he knows he's a centimillionaire. He knows he has more money than I do, right? Like, let's be clear. Talking about being intentional, Seth Levin has every single Wednesday night has a high net worth individual at dinner. Every single Wednesday. Guess what they do with the bill? Split it. Because they know. And they're happy to do it, right? They don't want you to be a boat anchor, but it also feels weird if you're constantly, right, taking care of them. But all of a sudden, you're in there and you're in that relationship, you're getting in a relationship, you're getting to hear the way that they think and hear the way that they talk and the way that they make decisions. You know, because that helps and matters over time, just like you anticipated. You saw that previous experience, you knew it. I did the exact same thing with these same people. They came into town, I'm like, I'm just telling you, they're really nice, but they do not want to be shown the house. They do not want to hear from you. They will listen to your 3 or 4 bullet points, and then they would like you to be invisible until they come back. Because anything short of that is going to be disruptive, and if you do it twice, they'll leave. They like the house.
Quick tag on that, had a agent relay that to me with a high profile celebrity, said, you know, totally high D, just gonna run in, run out, either likes it or doesn't. They ended up coming in and the dog looked like his dog, so he stayed 45 minutes to talk story and play with the dog, and it was a fun time, didn't buy the house. But just having that prep was a good,
Cool experience though.
Yeah, like, okay, good, just do your thing, and if it's great and you get it off, good, if not, aloha.
Right. I mean, ask questions on those showings. We've started all the listings. We started going, hey, by the way, how many houses will you be seeing? What can we do to help? Where will you be? If you're 6 out of 6, we're going to go ahead and have food there because they're going to be exhausted. Right? And they're going to linger a little bit longer. Right? We're going to, what? I mean, going to get a bunch of subs and cutting it up and having it there and a bunch of like a little bit of stuff, that's just a little bit. How many are we going to be seeing? What about this? You know, tell me a little bit about them. How can we help? Right? just asking those questions and really plussing this and making it, we can blow people away. That's how we overcome any and all of our other competition. That's how we do it, right? Making it an amazing, because what they're paying for an experience. It's emotional, right? They're paying for an experience of what it looks like. And how many times you go in these houses and they're either empty, or they're not lit, or they're not staged, right? I mean, it happens a lot, right? Instead of anticipating what the opportunity is to really wow. I'll never forget, I had one, I showed up at about 8:30 on a really nice luxury house one time, north of Nashville at the lake, and the guy had breakfast made. Y'all, like, we walked in the house and you could smell coffee and fresh squeezed orange juice, and the cinnamon rolls were in the oven, and we were like, oh my God, what's going on? Sure enough, the guy has a chef in the kitchen going, hey, I've got an omelet bar, what would you like? It was amazing. Like, he had 4 or 5 sets of papers. He had the Journal and USA Today and, you know, the New York Times, and they were all that day. It was amazing. Like, that was a great experience. All that day, they weren't like, yeah, right? So, right? How much did that cost for that guy? $200? Maybe. $3 million house for a $100,000 commission. Let's get serious, right? Let's get serious about that. Let's be intentional. We can really up our game there. So ask them, when you're getting to know them, ask them what their good experiences were. Who did they like? What did they like? What are their concerns about the process? How can I best prepare for all of your showing? Right? Ask them. I mean, I can tell you, like, for sure, I was sitting right here in this seat an hour ago with one of mine, and like, I wanted to keep talking, and he didn't. And I could tell, I just said, okay, thanks. It's cool. Yay, got to talk to him. Right? I mean, that was it. So just make it about them. It's always about them. What can I do? He was fine. Like, they're fine about, oh, well, you know, I don't want to see this. I don't want you to go down here. It's fine, but ask it. Make it about them. So that's service. And understand the service experience. What are your favorite service brands? What's your best? Go with that and ask. How to break into luxury. Whose was that? Cool. So tell us more about that.
Well, we want to learn about the affluent and how they think. A good example that you gave was what you saw in the Dom Perignon. We want to know what kind of champagnes are out there, the lifestyle, maybe the 5-star restaurants or hotels to recommend for them.
So hold on though. You got to layer that with what we just got through talking about, because you want to be careful. You're going to have folks that are, you want to be careful, and they may say, the guys that I'm talking about, they're like, we're not dot restaurant people. You want to know what a dot restaurant person is?
No.
Yeah, me neither. Huh?
Franchises?
Franchise, okay, maybe. Got an opinion?
Yelp.
Yelp.
When you go on, you see a dot on the map that that's where the restaurant is.
You're close. They don't like restaurants that dot sauces around the plate.
Never heard of that.
That's a new one.
Me neither.
Dot
So
sauce.
here's the thing. I knew that they had very, very sophisticated palates. More than my little southern mouth, right? And he goes, no, we don't. I said, why have reservations at? And he was like, yeah, we looked at that. He goes, we got rid of it because it's a dot restaurant. And I was like, a what? I was like, sorry, bro. Like, I don't know what that is. I was like, a dot restaurant? He goes, yeah, it's a dot restaurant. He goes, they got the dots, they got the sauce dotted around the end of the plate. Now, I knew this was a good restaurant, and I was like, look, I'm gonna tell you, trust me. Like, this is where we need to go. It was a boutique, it's a small, and it was killer. And I was like, we can tell them not to dot the sauce, we'll just put the sauce like on one swoop or whatever, right? And they loved it. Had an amazing experience, it was good. So you better ask, right? Don't just all of a sudden assume, you know, hey, 5-star, you know, they want to go to whatever, right? Because some of the best food is not always, you know, right? My favorite restaurant right now has absolutely no reviews. No. Right? Like it's not on stuff. Well, I think it does have reviews, but it doesn't show up. I use Chef Feed. Anybody know about Chef Feed? Chef Feed's an app that's only for chefs, and chefs can actually go in and rate other restaurants. It's a really cool thing. I'm a big fan of that. My favorite is not on chef's feed. It's weird, right? And so it's interesting. So be careful. Ask about that. What else do you want to talk about on breaking into luxury?
We want to work with nonprofits so we can associate with them.
Cool.
And be familiar with them and have like a big common thread.
Yes. I'm gonna give you one more technique. Can I give you one more? Is that cool? Okay. It didn't come up, but this is in a different class that I do. But I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna show you anyway. A little bonus. In the last 30 minutes, you showed up just in time. Good job. By the way, for late people, you gotta come up here and sing "I'm a Little Teapot." No, I wasn't kidding. Like you gotta come up. No, you're out. Okay, stay. Don't leave. Okay, so here's one of the things that I think is really. This is how you can actually just absolutely explode your luxury database. Okay? Okay, so does everyone in the room know someone that's interested somehow in luxury real estate? Anyone not have someone that they know? Cool. Give me a name. Somebody.
Anastasia.
Anastasia. I can't write that. But so we'll say
Anna.
Anna. Good job. So Anastasia. So Anastasia. Perfect. So as Anastasia knows or is interested in either owns interesting luxury real estate somewhere in the world, right? So the way that you can grow your luxury database, and by the way, I told you, what kind of business do I run?
What kind of business?
Yeah, what kind of business is my business?
Relationship.
Yes. And so what is our bank that we bank all of our relationships in?
Database.
Data bank, there we go. So I'm a data bank-based business, right? So we're always looking to add more people to it. We're always building more relationships. We're going to nonprofit events. We're hosting open houses. We're doing things like that. So this is a technique that you can do, how to get your listing sold. That was one of yours too. So you go, Anna, listen, it's Alex in Maui. Listen, I'm calling you because I just heard about this amazing listing. And I wanted to call and see who you might know that might have some interest in buying the house. Okay, tell me about it. Now you're not selling it to Anna, right? You're not saying, Anna, I want you to buy this. But I know and really love working with you. I just want to see who are two people you might know that might be interested or might know someone that would be interested. Got it? Tracking with me? Could you make that phone call? Be honest.
Yes.
Cool. Would she probably give you two people?
Possibly.
Maybe?
I mean, she lives in Canada, so.
Cool.
I could call, and I could call someone here as well.
Love that. Well done. So hold on. Let's not go off track. So, and she could, by the way, do Canadians buy houses here?
Oh, yes.
Cool, right? All the time, right? So that's really good. Probably Anna would give you two people, right? Especially if you know that you know, how powerful and important that is. Anna's important and influential, Anastasia, sorry. So which one is that? Which princess is that? Sleeping Beauty? Right? Right? Anastasia?
Anastasia?
Frozen?
Frozen. Oh, that's right. Sorry. Thanks. So she gives you two people. Now when you make this phone call, give me another name that I can write.
Bill.
Bill, thank you. So she says, you should call my friend Bill. He's also in Canada, but he loves Hawaii. Oh my gosh, last time he was at my house in Whistler, he's like, man, I wish we weren't in this cold place. I wish we were in Maui. So the phone call to Bill goes like this. Hey Bill, it's Alex in Maui. You don't know me. But my client Anna told me that I should give you a phone call about a great property that I know of that's for sale here in Maui. And I just want to see who you might know that might know or might know someone that might be interested in buying and selling in Maui. Okay. Right? Can you make that phone call?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. Thank you. So is it difficult?
No.
I mean, it doesn't cost any money, by the way, right? Cool. You call Bill. When you call Bill, who are you immediately associated with forever?
Anna.
Anna. So what does that tell Bill that you do? Yes. It works with wealthy people just like
You're trustworthy.
them, and they're trustworthy. So you're building relationship. So Bill goes, oh my gosh, that's really amazing. I'm not interested. No problem, Bill. Listen, what are your real estate plans? Do you have any plans for the islands? Do you have any real estate plans? What about this? What about that? Great. By the way, before I go, who are 2 people you might know that I might be able to connect with that might be interested in buying more property? Oh my gosh. You know what? There's my friend. John, thank you. So here's John. And what do you do? John, my name's Alex. You don't know me. But my friend Bill told me that I should call you because I'm selling a really great property in Maui. I'm calling to see who you might know that might be interested in buying property in Maui. Can I tell you about it for just a minute? Right? Is everyone counting the dollar bills that you can make with this technique? Right? Does everyone have every time in the day to make 16 phone calls? If your life depended on it, could you make 16 phone calls? Say yes.
Yes.
Yes. So here's the trick. Where people stop is right, and the leads are right here. And everyone stops right here. Everyone goes, well, I called Anna, but she's in Whistler. And she's in Canada. Somebody said that. I don't remember who it was. Oh, that was you. She was your friend. Oh, she's in Canada. I'm not aware of any rules or laws that says Canadians can't buy houses. In fact, I'm pretty sure they're a pretty big buying population. Big migration market. So Anna told me to call Bill. And I called Bill, but he didn't know anybody. And they stopped right there. When they were this close to the lead. The lead was right there. It was just one more call. And the next one was just one more call. And going through this, it's 16 phone calls. And what have you done when you're finished? You've made 15 new people in your database, and you are a world-class luxury expert because it all started with Anna. And every one of you just told me you can do this. Right? It does not cost money. It's about how serious you are and how much you want to really think about this and be authentic and genuine and building a real relationship with these people. Right? You have a huge advantage. How many people, one of the things I always hear on the islands, oh, the buyers don't live here. Or you got to be local. Right? Is any of that true? No. It'd be amazing to go through and see and take pictures of someone's house. I would love it if I owned a house here, someone would buy and take a picture of it. Like, dude, I was showing up here. Here's your house today. It looks good. Just want to let you know I was thinking about you. Aloha. Randy and I talk once a month at least. From him working out. Like, I for sure am going to swim with him in 2 weeks, I promise. Sometime we're going swimming as long as I don't go to the shark. I'm not going to the shark stuff, brother.
No, we don't.
Like, you're faster than me, I'm not going that way. But he stays in my part of the world, right, where I stay when we're here, right? Like, I'm like, oh my God, I have an emotional and audible reaction to everything that man posts about Maui. True or false? Don't.
Yes, you do.
Dude. And I'm like, what's up? Oh my God, like, that's amazing. I know where that is. I can't wait to be there, and I'm here, yay. So, my point is, and maybe it's creepy, I don't know, maybe you block me half the time, but I mean, I hope not, because, you know.
I have a lot of cyber stalkers.
Right. But you gotta understand that that is the secret sauce. You've got that secret sauce. What else? Guess what else Anna does? I'm gonna show you this right now. Where am I from? Tennessee, right? How many people are interested in the islands from Tennessee? No. Do you see a lot of Tennesseans here?
A few.
A lot of power team, very few, right? Well, who do I know? I for sure know the 10 people in Nashville that love the islands as much as I do. Because I see someone wearing a Kaanapali shirt, I'm like, oh, hold up, we got to talk, right? Someone sees me wearing my hat, he's like, hey, I played that course. I'm like, we're going to talk, right? You know, I've got one from the Emerald Green. He's like, dude, I played that course. I was there for, you know, I mean, right? I know the 10. That's why you do this. Anna knows the 10 people in her world in Whistler that know, right? One of my biggest ones is one of my best friends. We talk about it. She stays on the west side all the time. We talk about it all the time. Like, oh my God, I can't wait. Like, we know, because there's only a small margin of us. Now, I'm not telling you to focus on a small micro market. I am telling you, like I said to begin with, think abundantly, think wide angle lens. right? I tell you a story when I was here a couple times ago and I went and had a lunch with Dean. Dean doesn't know me, right? I was like, dude, you're luxury. I don't know you. I'd like to know you. He said, let's get together. We had lunch. It was amazing. And all of a sudden, by the end of it, he's like, oh my gosh, one of my clients, business managers in Nashville. One of my biggest clients. And I was like, he's like, would you like to meet them? I'm like, for sure. He's like, no problem. I'll make an introduction. And I'm like, okay. I mean, right? We're 10 hours away from an airplane from Nashville here. That is a long way, I promise you. And yet, think about it. On the plane here today at 5 o'clock in the morning from Honolulu, somebody picks me up and goes, hey, what do you do? And I was like, dude, I'm wearing a shirt. Like, it was right here. I know you know. And he was like, well, he's an insurance guy. We start talking. He's like, I grew up in Atlanta. I'm like, no way. He's like, yeah, I sell insurance now, on Oahu. And I was like, really? He goes, yeah, where do you live in Nashville? And I was like, oh, I live in Green Hills. He goes, my sister lives in Green Hills. She's a doctor at Vanderbilt. It's 4 o'clock in the morning, right? We're getting on a plane to come here, and he's coming to see the insurance company on the other end of this building. Y'all, get it? I mean, do you see how abundant and how much you can attract? That law of attraction, it is real. It is absolutely real. And the guy's like, absolutely, I'll introduce you to her. Do you think I want to know a doctor in Nashville? One of the healthcare capitals of the world? Absolutely, I do. And now what's she going to do? Oh, you're connected to Hawaii. My brother's in Hawaii. Oh my gosh. She's going to know, right? See, get that momentum going. So that's why we do this. Is that powerful? That's a real tool. I want you to see that. That's one of the big, powerful tools that every single day, if you get up and do that, make those connections. And it's simple. And I love, look, I'm a high I, right? Like, I can't stand to be told no and get rejected. So I say that part right out of the gate. Hey, how's it going? You don't know me. Don't hang up. It's going to hurt. I might cry for like an hour. Like, it's going to really screw up my day. Please don't hang up on me. Right? But you don't know me, so don't yell. But I do know this other person that you know, they're amazing, right? Yeah, they're my friend too. Let's be friends. And it works out. That is real. That is absolutely real. Now, that's me, right? I'm playing to my strength. If you're a 50-to-1 grinder and you want to go do that and call people and you're like, I don't care if they hang up on me, I'm going to call the next person. Other people do that. I met with a good friend yesterday and had lunch with him. He's like, he could no sooner do what I just told you. He's like, no, bro. Like, I'm not doing that. Put me on the dialer. I'm like, okay, go ahead. Right? So it's not right or wrong. It's just playing to your strengths. Make sense?
Yes.
Cool. That helpful?
Yeah.
That's going to make you some money, huh?
Yeah.
See that? Follow that. Write this chart and play with it. Do that for me. Write this chart. Pick your one. Yours is Chef, by the way. So, and
How long are you here though?
till the 5th.
You're here till January 5th?
Come on.
Wow.
He deserves it. Kidding me?
That's what it is.
Dude, I'm not coming this far for like a week. That's dumb. Go to the Caribbean for that. But yeah, we got a lot of opportunity. I'll stay extra if I need to. Actually, I can't stay extra this time because I got another trip on the back end. But anyway, good. Service, breaking in. How to leverage KW Luxury. Whose was that? Yep. Tell me more about that.
Well, I'm not currently a member.
Okay.
Yet. I'd like to be as soon as possible.
Okay.
And I do remember Leslie sharing something that was actually accessible to non-luxury members, and I think it was advertising in the magazine. So that was one thing I wanted to inquire about. Are you familiar with that?
No.
So how can a non-KW Luxury agent leverage KW Luxury? I was with a previous company, and
Yep.
if I did have a listing that qualified, it was based on the listing qualification,
Yeah.
the agent qualification. So I was able to market and advertise and list that listing in that segment of luxury. And my understanding is that if you're not a luxury agent, you can't with KW. You have to wait until you are a luxury agent.
Well, you're not limited to doing any level of business, right? Any business you generate, you can do. Like KW International Luxury doesn't restrict you. Like, you can't do this unless you're a member. There are benefits and tools and resources.
You can't advertise it as a KW Luxury listing.
For sure.
Unless you're a member.
That's right.
Yeah, that's what I'm referring to.
That's
You
right.
have to co-list with another KW list.
That's right, and that's what I would say. I think that's a thing that most people miss is, and how intentional are we? The biggest thing that happens with luxury, and one of the reasons I do this class, and I did it on my own, with helps of other people that have had some experience with it is, well, what does my membership get me? What am I doing with this tool? One of the things that I think that you can and should do, leverage it, is one of the things is partner with someone. If you're not going to spend the money, it's $1,300. If you're not going to spend the money, partner with an agent that has it and you can use the brain. Then what you can do is find out if it's valuable. Hi there.
Hi.
And find out if it's worth it. Find out if there's real connection and partner with somebody. I'm a huge fan of our partnerships.
Yeah,
and
no, I
able
think
to,
it is definitely.
Okay.
I was just curious about doing it without having to
Well,
co-list or.
what I'll tell you and what you're going to find from me is everything that I've told you today, right? You can tell I'm a doer,
Yeah.
right? I'm proactive. I'm out there getting to go do stuff, right?
Yes.
And so I think it's all about what you're willing to do. A lot of people want to pay. A lot of people pay the money and go, I paid the money for luxury, but I didn't get anything, right? That's like, I'm gonna get my hooks in them, like, you know, like that girl said. Like, it's not, I'm gonna get my hooks in them. What did you do with it? Right? What are you doing to be intentional? One of my biggest referrals came because I'm consistently calling, consistently being in relationship, consistently very specific on my agent network. Very intentional, super specific, super targeted about why in my migration markets. Spending time in those migration markets. Now this for me is my own personal affinity for you guys and my relationships that are here with you all, and you know, because I, you know, come here and I love doing this, right? Not because, but please, if you all know people and want to, you know, send people to Nashville, please, let's do that, right? And I promise you, if we went around the room, we could find a 1 or 2 degree connection very, very quickly. So have that. But the idea, first and foremost, is how to leverage it.
Yes.
Is the question how to leverage it when you're not a member? The simple answer is partner with a member that's experienced and involved and knows what they're doing with the tools. And there's people here, for sure, right?
Do you know about the advertising that she mentioned?
Yeah, there's so many different advertising tools with it, like the book. And I can get all crazy about the book, like the book. Go ahead. I see you're wanting to ask a question.
I'm referring specifically to the non-members.
I don't know anything about that.
No? Okay.
Yeah, I think, I will tell you one of the biggest benefits that I'm a big fan of is the luxury magazine. Keller Williams Luxury International magazine is amazing. The biggest wow of that is not, it's like $900 to do an ad in that. The biggest wow is not that it's plastic wrapped, and not that it's in all the private airports, and not that it's in all the locker rooms and, you know, executive suites and all these, you know, lounges all over the place. It's not that. For every ad that you run, you get to mail 100 complimentary copies.
Wow.
So when you spend, and I spend $900, I get to mail 100 complimentary copies to clients. They say compliments of Alex Brandau, and it's mailed plastic wrapped to clients' houses.
Wow.
That is a wow. Why is that a wow? Do you think I'm picking random people for those 100?